Stop. Right now, I need you to listen. How many mornings have you wasted? How many times have you stayed in bed, scrolling, complaining, hitting snooze while life passed you by? While you slept, someone else got smarter, stronger, faster, and closer to their dreams. Do you feel that sting, that regret, that fear that you're falling behind? Today, I'm going to show you how to take your mornings back, how to wake up with power, and how to start your day like a winner. If you pay attention and take action, your life will never be the same. Listen to me. Your mornings are more than just hours. They are the foundation of your life. Every morning you waste is a battle lost. Every morning you stay in bed is a victory given away to excuses. But here's the truth. Waking up early is not just about being awake. It's about being alive, being focused and taking control of your destiny. Imagine this. While the world is still asleep, you are moving, you are planning, acting, and creating momentum. You are not just surviving, you are winning. You are building the life you've been dreaming about. This isn't luck, this isn't talent, it's discipline, action, and the courage to dominate your mornings. If you can master your morning, you can master your life. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how. Listen to me and listen carefully, because this is not something you want to skim over. The early hours of your day, they are not just time. They are your superpower. These hours are sacred. They are powerful. They are where winners are made. When you wake up early, when you get out of bed before the world even starts moving, something magical happens. You are no longer reacting to life. You are commanding your life. Most people will never understand this. Most people will sleep through their potential. Most people will scroll their phones, hit snooze, and complain that life isn't fair. But life isn't fair. Life never promised you fairness. Life rewards those who act, those who wake up, those who take control while everyone else is asleep. And that, my friend, is why the early hours are your secret weapon. Picture this with me. It's 5 a.m. The streets are quiet. The sun is just rising. The world is still asleep. And in this moment, you make a choice. You get out of bed, you rise, you take action. And because of that one decision, you are now ahead of 90% of the world. While they are still dreaming, you are doing. While they are still scrolling, you are building. While they are stuck in comfort, you are moving forward. That is the power that no one talks about. That is the advantage that separates the average from the extraordinary. That is why champions, billionaires, athletes, and legends wake up before the world. They understood that these quiet hours are the hours that make all the difference. Let me be real with you. The early hours are not easy. They are uncomfortable. They are hard. You will fight your body. You will fight your mind. You will fight your own excuses. Your bed will whisper, stay, sleep, rest. And your mind will say, tomorrow, tomorrow. But here's the truth. The harder it is to wake up, the more power you gain when you do. Every time you rise early, you are training your mind. You are building mental toughness. You are proving to yourself that nothing, no comfort, no fear, no excuse can stop you. Every time you fight to get up, you are saying to the world, I am in control. I am the master of my destiny. And that energy, that power, it carries through the entire day. Think about it. Every person you admire, every successful human being you look up to, they all do this. Do you think billionaires sleep until 9 a.m.? Do you think champions lounge in bed until the sun is high? No, they understand that the early hours are where they win before anyone else even gets started. The quiet morning is their time to think, their time to plan, their time to create the momentum that will carry them past everyone else. The early hours are where the foundations of greatness are built. And if you choose to take this seriously, you can do the same. And here's something most people don't realize. The early hours are not just about getting ahead. They are about clarity. There is no distraction, no chaos, no noise. It is the perfect time to reflect on your goals, to set your intentions, to visualize the life you want. Most people start their day reacting to emails, reacting to notifications, reacting to other people's problems. That is not power. Power comes when you start the day with vision, purpose, and action. When you use these hours intentionally, you are not just winning the morning, you are winning the entire day, every day. And here's the real secret. The early hours give you momentum, momentum that carries through challenges, momentum that makes obstacles feel smaller, momentum that makes you unstoppable. When you rise early, when you take advantage of these hours, the rest of the day bends to you. Tasks feel lighter, goals feel closer, challenges feel conquerable. You are no longer running behind, you are moving ahead. That is the middle edge most people will never understand. The advantage most people will never experience. But it is there for you if you will take it, if you will fight for it, if you will commit. Now listen, this is not about just waking up. This is about waking up with purpose. If you rise early and scroll your phone, if you wake up and complain, if you wake up without a plan, it's useless. The early hours are only as powerful as what you do with them. Use them to plan, use them to think, use them to act, use them to build the life you dream about while everyone else is still dreaming. So I want you to understand this. These early hours are not just hours. They are your chance. They are your weapon. They are the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. They are the foundation of your success. The early hours are where winners are made, where dreams are built, and where your life begins to change forever. Listen to me very carefully, because this is where most people fail in life. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not an opportunity. It's discipline. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Discipline is what separates those who talk about success from those who actually achieve it. You don't feel like getting out of bed? Perfect. That is exactly where champions are made. Nobody ever feels like doing the hard things. Nobody ever wants to push past discomfort. Nobody ever wants to fight against the lazy voice in their head. But here's the truth. Feelings don't create results. Discipline does. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline lasts. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. I want you to picture this with me. It's 5 a.m. The alarm is ringing. Your bed is warm. Your blankets feel safe. Your body wants to stay. Your mind wants to quit. And in that moment, you have a choice. You can hit snooze. You can stay there, giving away precious time, letting life pass you by. Or you can fight. You can rise. You can take control. That one choice, the moment you push yourself out of bed, is the moment you are building mental strength, self-control, and unstoppable energy. Every time you fight your comfort, every time you push past laziness, you are proving to yourself that you are serious about your life. That is the power of discipline. Discipline is uncomfortable. It's hard. It's painful. And that's exactly why it works. Every time you do what you don't feel like doing, every time you push yourself to work, every time you fight your own excuses, you are building mental toughness, you are building resilience, and you are building a foundation that will carry you through anything life throws at you. That is the difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people. That is the difference between someone who dreams and someone who achieves. Discipline creates strength. Strength that cannot be bought, strength that cannot be stolen, strength that no one can take away. Let me tell you something most people don't understand. The champions, the athletes, the billionaires, the leaders you admire, they don't wake up every day feeling motivated. They don't always feel like training. They don't always feel like grinding. What they have is discipline. They have the courage to do the hard things when nobody is watching. They have the strength to rise early, to stay consistent, to take action, even when it's inconvenient. That is what makes them unstoppable. That is what gives them their edge. And here's the truth. You can have the same edge. You can wake up early. You can fight. You can work. You can win every single day. But it begins with discipline. Discipline is the engine of success. Discipline is the habit that turns dreams into reality. Discipline is the foundation of greatness. Discipline is not a punishment. Discipline is a gift you give yourself. Every time you make the choice to wake up early, to work hard, to push yourself, you are telling yourself, I am serious. I am committed. I am not here to waste my life. That message sent very day creates power, confidence, and unstoppable momentum. It changes your mindset, your focus, and the way you approach everything in life. Discipline is the ultimate form of self-respect. It's the act of taking control when the world is trying to control you. Think about your idols, The people you look up to the most. Do you think they always felt like it? Do you think they always wanted to put in the work? No. What they had was discipline. They developed the habit of showing up, working hard, pushing beyond discomfort, and doing what was necessary, whether they felt like it or not. They mastered their mornings. They mastered their minds. They mastered themselves. That is why they achieve what others only dream about. And the secret is simple: discipline. It is not talent. It is not luck. It is not timing. It is discipline. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Every morning you rise when it's easier to stay in bed. Every task you complete when your mind is screaming quit. Every challenge you overcome when your body wants to stop, you are strengthening that muscle. And the stronger it gets, the more unstoppable you become. That is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. That is the difference between a life of excuses and a life of victories. And here's the beauty of discipline. It doesn't stay in one area of life. It spreads. It spreads to your work, your relationships, your health, your goals. It gives you control, focus, confidence, and the ability to say no to distractions, no to laziness, and yes to yourself, yes to your dreams, yes to your life. When you combine discipline with clarity, with action, with purpose, you become unstoppable. You become a force that cannot be stopped. Discipline builds strength that is unshakable, unbreakable, and unstoppable. Listen to me carefully, because most people are making the big, just mistake of their lives without even realizing it. Waking up early is not enough. You can rise at 4 a.m., get out of bed, eat breakfast, brush your teeth. But if you do not have purpose, none of it matters. Purpose is the engine that drives your day. Purpose is what separates people who drift through life from people who dominate their lives. Purpose is what turns every morning from ordinary into extraordinary. Without purpose, your mornings are wasted. You are alive, yes, but you are not moving. You are awake, yes, but you are not winning. You are letting life pass while everyone else who wakes up with intention is moving ahead. I want you to picture this. You wake up at 5 a.m., but you have no plan. You check your phone, scroll through social media, watch videos, and let time slip away. That is how most people start their day. And that is why most people end up frustrated, behind, and unfulfilled. But winners, real champions, they understand one thing: purpose transforms your morning into power. Purpose gives meaning to every action, focus to every step, and fuel to every decision. It is the reason you fight when your body wants to rest. It is the reason you keep going when everyone else quits. It is the reason why some people accomplish more before breakfast than others do all day. Now, listen to me. Purpose is not just about writing down goals. The purpose is about waking up every morning with a reason so strong that it pulls you out of bed before your comfort zone can stop you. It's about having a vision for your life that you refuse to compromise. When you wake up with purpose, you don't wait for motivation. You don't wait for energy. You don't wait for the perfect conditions. You act, you move, you take control. And that is what makes you unstoppable. Think about it. While most people are still asleep, you are already moving, planning, thinking, acting. You are attacking your day before distractions arrive. You are setting the tone. You are setting the pace. You are leading your life instead of letting your life lead you. That is the magic of purpose. That is the secret to productivity, to focus, to unstoppable progress. Ordinary people react to life. Extraordinary people lead their lives with intention from the moment they wake up. That is how empires are built, how dreams are realized, and how champions are made. Let me ask you something. What is your purpose? Why do you get up in the morning? Why are you fighting? What is the one thing that drives you so deeply that nothing, not fear, not comfort, not doubt can stop you? If you don't know the answer, you are drifting. You are floating. You are letting life happen to you instead of making life happen for you. But if you find your purpose, if you wake up every morning and remind yourself of it, you will never be the same. Your energy will increase. Your focus will sharpen. Your decisions will get clearer. Your action will multiply. Your life will transform. Purpose is also about immediate action. Waking up with purpose means taking the first step towards your goals the moment you rise. It means not letting the day run you, but running the day. It means stacking wins before the world even opens its eyes. Every purposeful action compounds into momentum. Every focused decision compounds into progress. Every intentional morning compounds into a life of achievement. And that is how ordinary people become extraordinary. That is how small, consistent effort creates massive results. I want you to understand this. The people who lack purpose will never experience this. They will waste their mornings. They will complain. They will scroll. They will drift. They will wonder why they are not advancing, why life is not fair, why their dreams remain distant. But those who wake up with purpose, they are unstoppable. They dominate their day. They shape their future. They dictate the outcome of their lives. They become leaders of their own destiny. Purpose is not a luxury, it is a weapon. Purpose is not optional, it is essential. Purpose is what makes the early hours count. Purpose is what makes discipline matter. Purpose is what separates talkers from doers, dreamers from achievers. Now, let me be clear, purpose is not easy. Purpose demands clarity. Purpose demands self-reflection. Purpose demands honesty. You have to know what you want, why you want it, and how far you are willing to go to get it. Purpose requires you to wake up every day and take massive, intentional action, no matter how uncomfortable, no matter how tired, no matter how easy it is to quit. But the rewards of purpose, they are life-changing. They are unstoppable. They are permanent. Purpose turns ordinary mornings into extraordinary moments. Purpose turns ordinary people into champions. Purpose turns you into someone who cannot be ignored, someone who cannot be stopped, someone who is fully alive and fully in control. Listen to me carefully, because this is where most people fail without even realizing it. You can wake up early, you can get out of bed, you can brush your teeth, drink water, eat breakfast, but if you don't have the right morning habits, none of that matters. Momentum is the difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people. Momentum is the secret weapon of those who dominate their lives while others are still figuring out how to start. Your morning is the launch pad for everything you want to achieve. The actions you take in the first hours of your day determine the energy, focus, and results you will have for the rest of your day, week, and even your life. Think about this for a second. You wake up at 5 a.m., but instead of moving with purpose, you check your phone. You scroll, you waste time. You react to everyone else's priorities before setting your own. That is how most people start their mornings. And that is why most people are stuck, frustrated, and never moving forward. Momentum does not come to people who wait. Momentum comes to those who act. Momentum comes to those who intentionally design their mornings. Every action, every habit, every choice you make in the early hours compounds over time. It is like a snowball rolling down a hill. The more it moves, the faster it grows, the bigger it becomes, and soon it is unstoppable. That is the power of morning momentum. Now, let me tell you something. Momentum is not about being perfect. Momentum is about action, consistency, and focus. It's about starting even when it's uncomfortable. It's about stacking small wins every morning that compound into massive results over time. When you wake up and execute your morning habits intentionally, you are creating a force that carries you through the rest of the day. You are building energy, clarity, and confidence that nothing can take away from you. And once that momentum starts, you become unstoppable. Think about the people you admire the most. They didn't get there by chance. They didn't get there because of luck. They didn't get there because they felt motivated every single day. They got there because they built momentum through their morning habits. They wake up early, they focus on what matters, they take action immediately, and they stack wins before the world even opens its eyes. That is how they dominate their day, their week, and their life. That is how they stay ahead while others are still hitting snooze. That is how momentum becomes their superpower. Now, I want you to imagine this. Every morning, you wake up with intention, with purpose, with a plan. You are creating unstoppable energy. You are creating a rhythm that flows through every task, every decision, every challenge. Your morning habits define your focus. They define your drive. They define your power to act when others quit. They are the difference between reacting to life and leading your life. Those first hours of the day are sacred, and the way you use them will determine whether you live a life of results or a life of excuses. And here's the truth. Momentum is more than just productivity. It's emotional, it's mental, it's spiritual. When you start your day with the right habits, you set your mind in the right state. You reduce stress. You increase confidence. You gain clarity. You sharpen your focus. You are not just moving your body. You are moving your mind, your energy, and your entire life. That is why morning habits are so powerful. That is why champions guard their mornings like their lives depend on it, because in reality, they do. Every minute spent intentionally building momentum is a minute invested in your future. I want you to understand this. The way you start your morning determines the outcome of your day. Momentum built in the first hour carries you through every challenge, every task, every decision. If you waste that time, you fight against the clock the rest of the day. But if you create momentum, you dominate the day from the start. Ordinary people wait for life to happen to them. Extraordinary people use their mornings to create unstoppable momentum that carries them forward without pause. That is the difference. That is the edge. That is the power that can change everything in your life. And let me be clear, momentum doesn't come easy. It requires discipline, it requires consistency, it requires focus, and it requires action every single morning. You have to show up even when it's uncomfortable. You have to move even when you don't feel like it. You have to commit to your habits, to your process, to a plan. But the rewards, the momentum you build will carry you through every obstacle. It will push you past every limit. It will turn ordinary days into extraordinary victories. It will make you unstoppable, unshakable, and unbreakable. Listen to me carefully, because this is the one thing that separates the people who dream from the people who achieve. You can have talent, you can have ideas, you can have motivation, but if you do not have consistency, none of it matters. Consistency is what turns small efforts into massive results. Consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Consistency is the invisible force that compounds over time, creating unstoppable momentum that no one can take away from you. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they are not consistent. Think about it. You start strong. You wake up early, you work hard for a few days, you feel motivated, but then life happens. You get tired, you get busy, you get distracted, and slowly your effort fades. That's why most people never reach their full potential. They give up too soon. They stop showing up when the results don't come instantly. But here's the truth. Success doesn't come overnight. Success is built through daily action, repeated relentlessly, day after day, week after week, month after month. That is the power of consistency. That is the difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people. I want you to picture this. Every day you wake up and do the same actions, the same habits, the same routines. You may feel like nothing is happening at first. You may feel like your effort is invisible, but over time, those small actions build, they stack, they compound, and before you know it, your life has completely changed. Your skills have grown, your mindset has strengthened, your results are undeniable. That is how champions are made. That is how winners dominate. That is how dreams become reality. And it all starts with showing up consistently, no matter how you feel, no matter what obstacles are in your way, no matter how hard it gets. Let me be real with you. Consistency is not glamorous. It's not exciting. It's not flashy. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's doing the hard things day in and day out when nobody is watching, when nobody applauds, when nobody believes in you. That is why most people fail. They want instant results. They want shortcuts. They want the easy way. But life does not reward shortcuts. Life rewards the people who keep showing up, the people who keep grinding, the people who refuse to quit. That is the essence of consistency. That is the key to unstoppable success. I want you to think about the people you admire the most. Do you think they got there by chance? Do you think they got there by luck? No. They got there by showing up every single day, doing the work, and refusing to quit. They understood that consistency beats talent when talent doesn't show up. They knew that the secret to success is not how hard you work sometimes, but how hard you work every day. They embraced the grind, the repetition, the routine, and that is what made them unstoppable. And that same power is available to you if you decide to commit to consistency. Consistency is not just about work. It's about your mindset, your habits, your life. It's about building momentum that carries you through challenges, distractions, and setbacks. Every time you show up, every time you take action, every time you push past resistance, you are strengthening your confidence, your skill, and your resilience. Every consistent day adds to the force that propels you forward. And that force, once built, is unshakable. It has become a habit. It becomes a lifestyle. It becomes who you are. Now, I want you to imagine a year from now. 1 year of showing up consistently. 1 year of putting in the work even when it was hard. 1 year of refusing to quit when everyone else gave up. Where would you be? Your life would look completely different. Your mindset would be unbreakable. Your skills would be sharper. Your results would be undeniable. That is the power of consistency. That is the magic that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. That is the key to living a life that others only dream about. And let me make this very clear. Consistency requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. It requires focus. It requires refusing to let excuses or comfort control your life. You have to do the things that nobody else is willing to do every single day. You have to show up, even when it's uncomfortable. You have to work, even when it's boring. You have to fight, even when it feels impossible. But if you do, the rewards are life-changing. The momentum you build through consistency will carry you through every challenge, every obstacle, and every limitation. It will make you unstoppable. It will make you unshakable. It will make you a force that cannot be ignored. Listen to me carefully, because this is the moment that will define the rest of your life. Everything you've heard, the importance of waking up early, starting with purpose, building momentum, creating unstoppable habits, and showing up consistently, it all comes down to one thing: action. You can listen to this video 100 times, you can feel inspired 1,000 times, but if you do not act, nothing will change. Life is not waiting for you. Time is not waiting for you. Opportunities are passing by while you are still hitting snooze, still scrolling, still making excuses. And that is why most people never reach their potential. They wait, they hesitate, they let life happen to them instead of making life happen for them. I want you to feel this deep inside your chest. Your life is in your hands. Every morning is a test. Every sunrise is a choice. You can choose to stay in bed and let your dreams fade, or you can rise, take control, and attack your day with everything you've got. Purpose is waiting for you to claim it. Momentum is waiting for you to ignite it. Consistency is waiting for you to commit to it. And the moment you make the decision to act, your entire life begins to shift, because action compounds. Discipline compounds. Small efforts done daily create unstoppable results over time. That is how ordinary people become extraordinary. That is how champions are made. Let me be brutally honest with you. No one is coming to save you. No one will fix your life. Your parents won't do it. Your friends won't do it. Your teachers won't do it. If you want a better life, you have to wake up, show up, and fight for it yourself. That is why mornings are so important. The first hours of your day are sacred. The way you start your morning determines the energy, focus, and results of your entire day. If you waste your mornings, you fight the rest of the day. If you use your mornings intentionally, you dominate the rest of the day. That is the difference between average people and those who change their world. Now, I want you to imagine this. 1 year from today, if you start taking control of your mornings, if you rise early, move with purpose, build momentum, follow your habits, and show up consistently, where will you be? Your life will be completely different. Your mindset will be unshakable. Your focus will be unstoppable. Your results will be undeniable. That is the power of making the decision today, right now, to stop waiting and start acting. That is the power of taking your morning seriously. That is the power of taking control of your life. And here's the truth. It won't be easy. There will be Days when you feel tired. Days when life pushes back. Days when you want to quit. But let me tell you this, that is exactly when champions are made. That is exactly when ordinary people give up and disappear. And that is exactly when you have the chance to rise above, to fight harder, to push further, and to claim what is yours. Every time you overcome resistance, every time you stay disciplined, every time you show up when nobody is watching, you are building a version of yourself that cannot be stopped. You are creating unstoppable momentum. You are building a life that others will envy. You are becoming the person you were meant to be. So right now, I challenge you, decide that you will no longer be average. Decide that you will no longer let laziness, distractions, or excuses control your life. Decide that you will wake up early, start your day with purpose, build momentum through your habits, and show up consistently no matter what. Decide that you will attack every morning like it's your battlefield, because your dreams are waiting, your potential is waiting, and your life is waiting for you to step into greatness. Rise up, take a deep breath, feel the fire in your chest, feel the hunger in your soul, and go dominate your day, go dominate your life. Show the world what happens when a person refuses to settle for less than extraordinary. This is your moment. This is your time. The sun is up, the clock is ticking, and your future is waiting for you to claim it. Wake up, start your day right, and never, ever look back.